So let's start. Dear Vardi, dear Dani, dear family, distinguished friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Erev Tov and a very warm welcome to all of you. This is a very special occasion. I am very delighted to have you here in the garden of the residence of the German ambassadors. And we have gathered here to honor you, Vardi Kahana, whom I know just for a short while. I've known your art for a long time, but our first and last encounter was, I remember it clearly, at the peak of the Corona pandemic on the terrace of the Museum of the Seam in Jerusalem, with this spectacular view of the old city of Jerusalem for an extraordinary exhibition of great artists, many photos, dealing with the environmental destruction of our earth. The meeting with you in that, this very special environment has left a great impact on me. So it's a great honor for me that I may stay here and may speak at this ceremony. On behalf of the Federal President, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, it is the honor for me to award you today the Cross of the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany. The Order of Merit is the highest tribute the Federal Republic of Germany can pay to individuals to express gratitude and recognition, and to draw public attention to the achievements which have a particularly high value for our society. I wish to thank you from the bottom of my heart for accepting this decoration as a kind of small symbol of appreciation for your important, impressive work, for the strong visual images you have created, which both serve to commemorate and to foster reconciliation. With your art, you have contributed, that was what the President said, to a better mutual understanding between our two countries and also between Germans and Israelis. You have created a photographic language that raised commitment for the past, emotions within the spectators in Germany. Dear Vardi, you were born in 1959 in Tel Aviv, where you and your two brothers grew up. Only a few weeks ago I learned you just make again a big move, left your long-time home in the suburbs and returned to the center of Tel Aviv. Your mother, Rivka Greenwald, and two of her sisters, your aunts, barely survived the horrors of Auschwitz. In 1947, they came from Czechoslovakia to Palestine. But a few of your mother's siblings, as well as her parents, were murdered in the death camp. Your father, Aharon Kahana, and some of his brothers succeeded to flee just in time in 1939 from Czechoslovakia to Palestine. But he too lost both of his parents and brothers and sisters. They were murdered in Auschwitz. The great loss, suffering and grief both your parents have carried inside while stumbling to rebuild a new life here must have been unbearable hard. But despite having experienced the horrors of Nazi Germany against all Jewish life, your mother and father, both your parents, succeeded in building up a closely knit, large family here in Israel, succeeded to creating personal future, succeeded to conquer future. As child of Holocaust survivors, a member of the second generation, You grew up with all these stories. Your mother and both of your aunts told you about persecution, about survival, about the values of hope, of life, and of strong family bonds. But there was also the openness of your family for your own aspirations. Early on, your parents recognized your artistic talent, sent you to art classes, and helped to promote your art education. Later on, when you already had started your career as a journalistic photographer, you continued the path of doing art and portrait photography. And when you started taking your camera to photograph your mom and portray your widespread family, the result was this amazingly touching, inspiring, impressive photographic documentation of your large, diverse family. We are deeply grateful that you are showing us your positive outlook on life while documenting your family, showing us that while remembering the past, humanity persists. A future is possible. I'm deeply moved by the fact that you could bring your photo project One Family to the German capital and right into the heart of its democracy, the German Bundestag. We know that seeing your pictures there was an overwhelmingly strong experience for the German spectators who saw it. Germany and Israel, both societies succeeded to establish during the past decades, over the abyss of the Shoah, over the abyss of history, and against all odds, strong bilateral relations. This, what appears to be a miracle of history, was possible as a result of the generosity and the belief in reconciliation of many individuals, above all on the Israeli side, on the side of the Jewish people. I am firmly convinced that the artwork, the photos of Vardi Kahana, had an important role in this development. As great art, it conveys credibly its message and appeals convincingly to the emotions of the viewers of these pictures. In 2015, again, on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Germany and Israel, you participated in a group show with photographs of young German volunteers working with Holocaust survivors in Jerusalem. Your portraits emphasized the special human bonds which are possible despite the traumatic history the survivors experience and which Israel and Germany share forever. I would like to take the opportunity of our ceremony here today to deeply bow to Rivka and Aaron, your parents, and to all members of your family who were victims of Nazi German persecution. In spite of their tragic experience, your parents created this impressive, inspiring family and gave you the opportunity to develop and inspire with your art. So please accept the expression of my gratitude and the gratitude of all us in the embassy for your work in the spirit of reconciliation and your readiness to accept today's ceremony. The Cross of Order of Merit from Germany is a token of our country's great appreciation for your personality and the valuable mark you leave with your art in the visual memory of us all. So what I would like to do now is to read you the German text, and then we have to try to fix together this wonderful red cross to your black jacket. So, so the text reads, Verleihungsurkunde in Anerkennung der um die Bundesrepublik Deutschland erworbenen besonderen Verdienste verleihe ich Frau Vardi Kahana das Verdienstkreuz am Bande des Verdienstordens der Bundesrepublik Deutschland. Der Bundespräsident Frank-Walter Steinmeier. So, please come